Good morning, George.
How's everyone today?
I'm quite well.
What?
I'm quite well.
Quite well.
Quite well.
Quite well. Well, the boys stayed out last night. They kept me out with them, which sucked because I didn't have anybody. I'm just this old married guy, so I couldn't do anything. But the boys found some tail, which was awesome. Tell them about it, Cole. Tell them about that tail you found last night.
Smashed it twice.
Cole, not talk that way.
Sit down a little bit, son.
And RJ had a good conversation.
I had more to good
Had two
conversation.
good conversations.
It was good. It was more to conversation. I'm getting better at getting beyond the conversation
You
part.
don't even remember what happened, RJ.
But I know I did more than talking.
Yeah, kissed her on the cheek or something, he says.
So anyway,
I kissed her. I think it was more than other two.
RJ. So anyway, in this video we're going to discuss, we're going to just have you ride along with us today, the importance of getting the extras, what we call extras in the lawn care industry, as far as, you know, you got your basic mow and go where you're coming in, you're doing all the lawn maintenance. The extras are everything else, and I mean everything else. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do today, a few projects we're going to do, and that really is where the money is at. So it really is. It's in the extras. We make a lot of money off of that, and basically just get in there, go after them, you can get them. If you sit back and you just do the lawn maintenance, you're only going to make X amount of money. You're never going to make any more than that because you're not going after it. But if you go after the extras, that's when you start to make money. So, right, boys?
Right.
Correct.
They don't have a clue. Not a clue. It's all up to me, I tell you. Zero. Look at him. I'm surprised you're standing up to me. Alright, so anyway, so when I was talking about the extras, what I'm talking about is, like, down here in Florida, we charge $45 an hour per man, okay? So when we come in to do extras, so we have a ton of these Starbucks properties that we take care of, so it's always a good one that, I mean, these generate a lot of money for us. So that's why I like to talk about these guys. Now, what we did to them is we would come in and we would tell them, like, things like this, where we're missing a couple of shrubs here, where people have, you know, walked through and killed them or whatever, stepped on them, smashed them. We just walk the properties and we ask for things like that. We ask for the mulch, okay? Anytime we see the mulch is getting down, we can ask them if we can go back in there. We're going to charge them $45 an hour plus materials. So whatever the mulch is, and we're going to mark that up 100%. So the bag costs us $2, we're going to charge them $4, okay? Because we do have to go get it and so on and so forth. And like I said, down here in Florida, it's $45 an hour per man. When you get up north in Wisconsin, it's $55, $65 an hour all day long up there per man, okay? So you start with that, you go into the mulch, you can get the mulch extras, you can go into the irrigation systems, the trimming of the shrubs, trimming of the trees, all that kind of stuff. Go up this way. I'm going to show you up here what we do too. And Ron, maybe you would like to elaborate on that. But just a good idea of what we do here. We have these plants that we're going to put in today. Now, the plants themselves cost me about $200, okay? So, that being said, I think our whole price, what's our price on this, Ron? What did we figure?
It's right around $1,200 for the whole project. And what we're going to do, we're going to redo a little area over here at the drive-through. Just some decorative grass is what they call it. They want that out, so we're going to put two different kinds of curls in there, and what they call society garlic, which always have like a purple flower on it. They're very, you know, they're slow growing, they're easy to maintain, and then we're also going to replace some dead ligustrums throughout the whole property. So that's what our project is going to be about today.
But we never would have had this if we didn't actually go to them and request it. And that's what you guys need to do. If you're into the commercial work, and even in the residential work, it doesn't have to be commercial. So we actually have door hangers made up that, I wish I would have brought one today, but I'll show you guys down the line. But we have door hangers made up to where Ron can go to the properties and he'll look at them, and if they need mulch on the properties, he'll check that off and say, please call our office. And he'll check that off and he'll hang them on every property. he'll go to where the guys have gone and mowed and whatnot. They're our clients, so he just goes back and forth to all these properties. And if they need mulch, he'll check that off. If they need the irrigation system gone through, especially right before summer hits, you know, where it gets really hot down here, he'll check that off on these, and he'll just leave them at the door. And then lo and behold, all of a sudden you get a call from the customer and they're saying, hey, that's a good idea, we should go through the sprinkler systems. So then you made extra money. But if you just went to your job and you just worked your job every day, just mowed the grass and you left, you're only going to make a certain amount of money. If you go after the extras, you can turn that, let's say every client's worth $1,000 to you on average. You can turn that $1,000 into a $2,000 in no time if you just keep going after the extras on these properties, okay? That's where the money is, don't you think, Ron?
Yes, that is, and the reason we advertise it that way is because of what we found was when you're just into a customer on a weekly basis and you're cutting their grass, a lot of times they don't read, you know, they don't go to your internet and read everything else that you do, so you have to bring it to their attention other than just cutting your grass and weed whacking and edging, so they just leave it at that. So now that's why we said where we had them flyers made up for all the extras that we do.
Right. And you know, years ago, well, now it'll probably take us, well, with these plants, we'll probably have them in, you know, hour or two, we'll be done here. So that's good money. Where can you go and make that kind of money, you know? Where can you go and make that money? Say it takes us 2 hours even to do this. You know, so we're making what, $500-600 an hour, you know, even $500. Hey, that's good money, you know? So, but I did notice a policeman over there. So,
Useless.
Nobody look at them.
do not look at them. They don't see us. They're on to us, Ron. Get down.
They are. But once they start seeing us plant, they're going to think we're somebody else.
Right, yeah, so we'll be able to get away with it. So grab a plant, let's get to work.
Yep, and hold it up by your face.
Yes, yes. So we'll just get these in the proper position. Well, hello,
Well, hello,
Doctor.
Doctor.
All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you guys how we plant real quick, just a real quick little thing that we do. So, something I want to show you when you do plant some of these things, we do it with everything we get, just to give you an idea. The first thing is to be extremely gentle with these, because you got to get them out of the pot, right? So yeah, be gentle, like that, and then they come out very easy. Now, you'll notice, Ron, everybody see how all the roots tend to go in a circle, and they just keep circling around on this thing? As soon as you bust them loose, you go do this thing. This is what I do to all my plants. I bust them up. The reason they get this way is because that's what they call root bound, you know, is what tends to happen. And actually, if they're in these pots long enough, this can actually choke this plant off and kill it. So what happens is, when it's sitting in here, the roots come out like they're supposed to, but then they hit this hard container and then they just start going in a circle. That's why they're root bound. So we break them up like this, and then now you've got roots that just come out everywhere. So when you put it in the hole now this plant will grow twice as fast and get twice as big, you know, in a hurry, because it can actually grow. It's like, oh, thank God, fresh air, you know. So that's just a little trick that I use to keep them healthy, because, you know, you're getting paid to plant these things. Plant them, get done, make your money, and move on. I don't want to come back here and replace these things because I took it out of a pot, jammed it in a hole, and didn't plant it right, you know. So, that being said, I guess that's it for now. Okay, so, anyway, we finished everything up, and we probably, I mean, it took us like 2 hours to get it done, and now we're on to the next job. But the thing is, I mean, we probably made $1,000 on this thing today. Okay, pretty close to $1,000, probably like $900 or whatever. But even then, $450. So, you know, per hour, that's good money. And they threw in this free frosty slushy thing. I don't know what it is because I never go buy the $6 coffees and stuff. But this thing is good. It's I don't know what it is, some kind of a slushy thing. Very awesome. So anyway, now we got 2 more beds we got to do on the beach, and then we got to cut up an oak tree, and we got to throw sod today. Why do we got to do those things? Because we get paid money. Money, money. I can make some money. Come on, Ron. Woohoo.
Ándale, ándale, ándale.